So have you ever found yourself in a situation where it's like you date somebody and things are go really, really well, and then all of a sudden things get weird, and it's uncomfortable and you're just not sure what's happening. And then it seems like y'all are starting to drift apart. The fighting begins, you break up. This could happen over a few months or a few years, but then you break up and then you meet somebody else. It's like the pattern happens again. You start dating, you get closer and closer, and then something happens and the relationship starts separating again. And you find you're frustrated. And the feeling is, what's wrong? What happened? Why do we not have that connection anymore? How is it that what you did that brought me closer to you, you stopped doing, and now I'm frustrated that you stopped doing it, and when I try to get you to do it, you back up, and that makes me back up because now my feelings are hurt because I feel rejected, so it's like this pattern is happening over and over to you, and you can see that, and it may show up different ways. Maybe it doesn't show up in anger. Maybe it shows up as, oh my gosh, let me do more for this person so that they don't leave me. Like maybe they want to go to a restaurant that you don't like, but you go, yeah, let's go there because you don't want to upset them. So people have these patterns that are repeated because we don't know how to do it any differently. Well, we haven't learned how to do it any differently, right? So you and I, Holly, we are trying to let the people know there's a different way of being, a way that by learning what's actually happening, why we're repeating those behaviors, and how they don't serve us, but create more pain in our lives, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
do you
we're
want to
creating a sense of awareness. It's it's another sense of empowerment for people to know. I mean, that's how I felt when I first really discovered this and started working it in my relationships. Is that I was like, oh, I don't longer have to be at the seesaw of of this relationship. I don't have to be at the whim and just feel like I'm on this constant emotional roller coaster because I never know what he's going to do or not do. I could be like, oh, I could stay in my lane. I could be like, okay, this is what I'm doing. This is my game, and I could stay in my lane. And now because I understood why he was doing what he was or wasn't doing at the same time, and I could have compassion for that.
So you learned how to understand why he was doing what he was doing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I guess what I'm trying to get at is helping the people that are watching this understand how they're going to understand how the other person in their life, how they're going to start understanding why that person's acting the way they are and why they themselves are acting the way that they are.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I don't know what you're saying.
I'm trying to get to like core wounds, things that happened so long ago by the way that we were with the people in our lives. Well, actually how our parents were with us,
Mm-hmm.
and how, in the way that they connected or didn't connect with us,
Yeah.
created this subconscious way of being.
Oh, okay.
And until we understand what that subconscious way of being is, we're just literally like an animal, just repeating steps that actually help us just to survive because we don't even realize consciously what's happening. We're just responding or reacting from a very subconscious level.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want to do and what you want to do is help people understand where that came from and how to be able to begin to shift into a place of recognizing what that is. And that's why we're doing the video, is to help people so that they understand what we're going to be talking about on Sunday night and the webinar called How to Feel More Secure in Your Relationships. Because I know when I understood why my boyfriend was backing up, and it had nothing to do with me. That was the whole craziness. I thought everything he was doing was because of me, when in actuality, what he was doing had literally nothing to do with me other than I maybe said or did something that triggered something that happened for him. And now he is subconsciously reacting in a way that served him for a very long period of time, even though I guess it still kind of serves him in a way, but it's also limiting to him, right? So by me discovering and now having an amazing relationship with this man, because I no longer need to do the behaviors that I had, I was able to, I think you said that, stay in my lane. And now what's happened is, because I'm not like pushing him and I'm not giving these unhealthy energies to him, I just kind of stay where I am because I'm very secure now in my feelings because I learned how. It's like he just keeps getting closer and closer and closer, which is delightful for me. That's what I wanted all along. It was just the way I went about it was so unhealthy, and he could feel that. So come to How to Feel More Secure in Your Relationships, and we'll explain how and why people go through what they go through, and why it seems to be like in contrast to what your partner might be doing, and you feel like it's you. It's not, right? What he's going through or she's going through, that's her stuff. You just brought something up for him or her. They bring up something for you. And now this craziness ensues because nobody really understands what's happening. But there is a reason, and it's explainable. And that's what we'll do over the 90 minutes on Sunday. So if you want to come, the information will be down below where you can register. $7 giant for it for 90 minutes. And that's so that the people that come have some skin in the game and they can ask questions. You guys can ask questions. We're going to help you understand it so that you really can get what's happening. For me, it was this huge eye opener, and it made every bit of difference in my life. What about for you, Holly?
It did. And I want to say about the class is that we intend to be able to do some one-on-one with people. Just depending on, we're going to spend, so you'll be able to bring your particular thing, and depending on the time, we'll work with as many people as we can to help them and understand and kind of put this in context for them and how they can share it. And it doesn't, we're talking about romantic relationships in this conversation, but these are for all your relationships. It will strengthen your friendships. It will strengthen the way that you relate to people at work, in your personal life, in your romantic life, and all of it.
Yeah, because every relationship we see through this particular little lens or this little hole, and every relationship goes through there unless and until you understand what's happening, and then that can be exploded. It's like opening up curtains and going, holy cow, there's a whole new world out there. So we look forward to seeing you. If we can ask you any questions, please put them in the comments and we will get right back to you. All right. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you later. Bye.